Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marte, I come from Norway and I love makeup, and today I'm going to do two different looks, or I already did the other look of course, but I'm going to show you how I did two different looks using the new Glam Shop marble shadows. So for this look I used two different ones, and I did another one with one of the brown marbles. So if you're interested in seeing that, then please keep on watching. For this first look, I'm going into Jamaica Rum first. It's this gorgeous burgundy brownish shade because I want to use that brown marble shade called Weather for the Rich. So I'm just going to apply this in the outer crease. I am wearing my NARS Smudge Proof eyeshadow base in the shade Light, and I'm just going to try to not make this too blown out because I'm so exhausted today and I'm going to work and I just can't have anything go wrong. I just want something easy today, so makeup gods, please be with me today when I'm trying new shadows. So I think this is perfectly fine, and it's quite the wing is quite far out and elongated, but I don't really mind that. So now I'm going to use this shade, which is Galovka, and I'm going to use this on the inner part of the lid. Now I want to use this one, which is like a mustard yellow. It's called Brudny Salty. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. It looks like this. And I'm basically just going to try to overlap the orange a bit because I really want this mustardy tone to kind of fit the marble shade that I'm going to bring in and give this a really autumnal look. I don't know why I'm doing this fall looks during spring. Guess it's just a mood, right? Oh, and if you're wondering why I am so on the verge of a mental breakdown today, it's just I'm so tired. It's been a long week. I just finished teaching yesterday, and then I went home. I was really tired because I haven't slept a lot this week. And then I started filming for the swatches and everything that I did with the marbles and turbo glows. And I realized halfway through that my microphone wasn't on, or it wasn't working properly. It was on, but it wasn't completely plugged in. So I just got really frustrated actually. Yeah, that was yesterday, and I spent 6 hours just filming, and that is without the macro shots. And then I had to edit, and it took forever, and I didn't even finish yesterday, so I just had to go to bed at 2:30. And I started filming at 6 o'clock or something. So it was a long day, and today I'm going to work, and I'm just so tired and want to stay home and relax. But at least finally my video is exporting, and then I'll upload it hopefully today when I'm filming. Oh, but yeah, I'm really excited about the shadows though. Oh, and by the way, I did use another shadow now. It's just a transition shadow. It's called this. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. It's very light, like a peach almost, a very light peach. I'm just slightly dipping back into Jamaica Rum and just making sure that this blend is a little bit better, because I can kind of see the edge between these. So I'm just gonna work a little bit on that, do the other eye, and then I'll be back for the marble shadow, which I'm so excited to try. I just remember that I have primer underneath my eye as well to help me with the blend there, so I'm going to use the shade Sefunkyo. I have no idea, that's probably the worst pronunciation, but it looks like this, so it's a light orangey yellow. And as you can see, I already did the same shadows that I used here in the outer corner, and this one I'm just going to place for the inner part of my lower lash line right here, because oh yes, it's so bright. I really wanted something a little bit brighter, and this one just seemed perfect for that. It's a very bright peachy light orange. Putting a tiny bit of that Jamaica Rum right here. And the lower lash line is good to go. I don't know if I'm going to put any shimmers or marbles or anything there. We'll just have to see. So now I'm ready to go in with the marble, and this is called Weather for the Rich, and it's just so beautiful. I'm not sure how to apply these because this is my first time applying them, so I'm going to try with a brush first. I don't think that's the best way, but I want to try it just to have it done. So the brush that I'm using is this one. It's Glam Shop O100, I think. It's made of pony hairs, and I really like this for applying shimmers now. So it's really chunky, as you can see, and it's very hard to pick up with a brush. I don't think this is going to work. And especially like I have not used any primer here, like a glitter glue or anything. I'm going to try that on the other eye and I will see the difference. I'm just going to use my finger to try to smoothen it out, because these are very emollient, and I feel like if you rub them, they're like, you can see that it like smooths out quite easily. And I think that the key with these ones is to really not have a thick layer, because like if I leave it like this, it's going to look incredibly textured. So I really want to like blend it out with my finger, smoothen it out and have a thin layer. So you can see that the little that I had on my brush that I put on my eye was enough to cover the whole lid. And the reason why I wanted to use this was because I heard or I saw a picture and talked to Alice's Beauty Madness here on YouTube. On Instagram we talked there, and she said that she found it to be like very textured, and like I can definitely see what she means about it. So if you do have a very textured lid, this will probably look quite textured, because like even my lid looks a little bit wrinkly, but it's like I don't know if this, like for me this is not that bad. I think it looks really beautiful, but I guess it's kind of like personal preference as well. I don't think it looks too textured, but I definitely see what she means about it. So I'm definitely going to have to work a little bit with my blending, because it's not looking the best. So I'm going to finish off that and my face makeup, and I'll be back for the inner corner, I think. So I'm just going to do my face makeup afterwards. So I'm going in with Crystal right now for my inner corner, and I did use glitter glue here, and I feel like that's looking a tiny bit more intense than on the eye where I didn't use anything. So this far I like it best with the Glam glue that I used, but it's still very pretty, but just a little bit more subtle here. So I'm also going to use this one without glitter glue on my right eye. So I'm just going to take this brush and try to use that one first. So I'm just going to lay it down here. This is completely dry. I found this one a little bit less flaky than the one I have on my lid actually. So maybe there are some differences like in between the different colors. That would make sense. So that is how it's looking dry. It's looking really pretty in my opinion, quite reflective. Yeah, I'm just going to use some of my Glam glue right here for the inner corner. So here I have the Glam glue, and I'm kind of like shadowing the light with my mirror, so I'm trying to look in the monitor instead. It's not really focusing where I'm putting the shadow, but so it's definitely looking a lot more intense with the glue, but it's still looking very pretty without it. I'm just going to make sure I have dragged it like as far up on both sides so that it looks as similar as possible, because I am going to work, so obviously I don't want them to look very different. Like it does look really similar now that I packed on a little bit more. I don't really see much of a difference now. So yeah, now I think I'm ready to go in with my face makeup, and then I can show you the finished look. So this is the first look that I did using the marbles, and I really like how this look came out, and I ended up using my highlighter that I got from them, and I also used their blush and their bronzer that I bought myself for this look, and I really like how it all came together. I also used the Pamela lip liner and the, I think it's like translated to biscuit lipstick, and I will just leave all these details down below in my description box, because I also used their gel liners for my eye, and I just really like how this is looking. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on how this ends up looking throughout the day, because I'm going to work and I'm going to be there for quite some time, and I have heard from others in a group that I'm in on Instagram that this shadow has creased on them, so I'm definitely eager to see how this will end up looking, because on this eye I did not wear any glitter glue, and on this eye I did use the Glam glue, and it does look the best on the Glam glue side as of right now, but obviously I have not been wearing this for a long time, so I'm excited to see, and I will try to update you guys on how it's looking after many hours. For this second look I want to focus on a purple, so I'm going to take the shade Affair. As you can see, it has like these glowing bright blue, like I don't even know if it's like particles or whatever, but it looks so pretty, and it's just a light purple shade, and I want this all over my lid. For mattes for this look, I really want to go in with this one. It's from the Totally Matte Volume 2 palette, and this is very deep, so I also want to go in with this one, Liliana, and maybe I will use the cream shade right here to work on the blending. But I'm just going to start with this one. I'm using my new brush that I just got, O119, which looks like the perfect detailed blending brush, so I'm just going to use that with the deepest shade. And we shall see if I'm able to actually not blow out this look. Would have been really nice. So I'm just placing this in the outer corner, and I'm using a new base because I just ordered the Smashbox primer because I've heard so many good things about them. So I'm going in with the other shade now, and I'm using the same brush, but I did try to like clean it off on my cloth. Okay, so I feel like these are applying really beautifully. I'm of course going to go in and intensify a little bit of that deepest shade. As you can see, I did apply my Glam glue, and I'm not going to use a brush for this because it's just so hard. So I'm just dipping my finger and swirling it into the shadow. And I'm going to just try to like rub it into the glue. Sorry, I was totally out of frame there. And I'm trying like not to get too much of a thick layer, because that will make it more likely that I'll have creasing. I'm wondering, should I add a little bit of one of the deeper ones on the edge right here? I feel like I should do that. I'm just taking a little bit of Narcissus on this side. Okay, so these are looking extremely textured, but they're very beautiful. And I realized when I was doing my makeup that I do kind of want to use one of the new pairs of lashes that I got, because I'm going to be filming a video where I show my haul. I think I'm probably going to have that up before this. I'm not sure. But for that, I really want to use those lashes because I ordered some from Glam Shop, and those are extremely dramatic. So then it's like perfect that I have a little bit of a dramatic look going on, even though I didn't originally want that. I think I'm just going to work a little bit on the blending, and I haven't really decided for what to use on my inner corner because I have so many options, because I have a new single from them that I really would love to use, but I also have some turbo glows that I could use, so I'll just decide for that, show you the close-up, and I'll talk about it later. So that is how my second look turned out, and I really like how these marbles look on the eye. They're so sparkly, and they have lots of different colors to the sparkles, which I just really love, and I'm so happy with these marbles and the look that I came up with now today with this purple colors. And I think the marbles are so beautiful, and Also, before I forget, I did take a photo of the look I did yesterday with the brown shade, the first look in this video, and I'll just leave the photos up here because they ended up creasing on me, both on the side where I used a base but also on the other side, but it took a lot longer time before it creased on the Glam Glue base. So I would recommend you to use a base like that because that one really dries down and apparently it really helps against creasing. So it was not really looking very good on the eye where I just tapped down the shadows, but I'm not sure if that goes for all of the different marbles or if it's just that one. So I am excited to be trying out the rest of the marbles. I do feel like they are different in formula, so hopefully those will not be creasing, and I will of course update you if this look creases because I used 2 different of the purples in this look. But I'm so happy to have gotten these in PR from Glam Shop, and as I said, I cannot wait to try the different ones. Other than that, I really just have to try them more to have more to say about them, but in general I feel like you just have to like rub them into the eye and then they will look the same on both eyes. I have not tried to just tap it down to kind of have the same effect that you can see in the pan on the eye, so I will be excited to try that in the future. But I hope that this was somehow helpful for you, and please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content from me. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!